Straight ahead here on Good Morning Northwest, learning more about a possible shooting that happened in Richland. It was in the area of the Columbia Park Apartments. We have the details on what we know so far and what police are still investigating.
Plus, progress is being made on the renovation project for the MLK Junior Center in Pasco, and coming up, we'll take you to the groundbreaking ceremony.
Also coming up, it's one of the most bizarre and potentially consequential national security lapses, as a reporter is claiming that a top Trump official accidentally included him in a group chat discussing war plans. We have those details and the backlash following all of this, and it's on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Jade Elliott. It is Tuesday, March 25th, and it was nice to have a little break from the chill yesterday.
Oh, yes. I'm ready for these 70 degrees that we're going to be seeing, and
Yes.
Tiffany Savona will have more on that later in the show. But we want to start your top stories off, and we're starting off in Richland. We're working to find out more information about a potential shooting from over the weekend.
Yeah, here's what we know so far. Details pretty limited still, but reports of this possible shooting came in near the Columbia Park Apartments. It happened Saturday night just after 7 p.m. Take a look at this video sent to us by Apple Valley News Now viewer. This is all on the 1600 block of Jadwin Avenue.
Now, Richland police and other agencies responded to the scene, and we're working to get more information on what exactly happened, also on any possible injuries or arrests. So stay with us both on air and online for any new developments.
We're also learning more this morning about a wildfire that burned about 20 acres along Columbia Park Trail. This happened Sunday morning. Take a look at that image sent to us by Apple Valley News Now viewer Dallas Green. Fire officials say that this fire took about 7 hours for them to actually contain it and get it put out. It broke out just after 4 a.m. there in Richland, and they didn't have it put out until about 11. Now, the cause still under investigation, and officials say there will still be some visible smoke coming from that area over the next few days as they continue to monitor the area and some hot spots. Don't be alarmed if you do see that smoke. Don't call 911. They do have it under control, and Richland Fire and Emergency Services are monitoring that situation.
Now, Democrats in charge of the state Senate and House released their operating budget proposals for over the next 4 years. Capitol correspondent Albert James is walking us through what exactly they're proposing and why the state's treasurer is raising some concerns.
We focused on building a thoughtful, sustainable plan that protects the services that people need and promotes our long-term fiscal sustainability.
Senate Democrats are proposing the state spend $77.7 billion over the next 2 years, an increase of about $6.5 billion from the current 2-year budget cycle. They attribute $4.4 billion of that increase to money needed to maintain current programs due to increased usage and inflation, while $1.6 billion represents new investments in areas like K-12 material and operating costs and special education. Over the next 4 years, Democrats say they're saving $6.5 billion in part by delaying expansions to state child care programs and requiring state employees to take furlough days throughout 2026.
Washingtonians have asked us loud and clear to look for reductions and write a balanced budget that both makes reductions as well as makes investments and adds to revenue.
As they await revenue from new taxes on the wealthy and sales and property tax changes they proposed last week, Senate Democrats plan on using state reserves in 2026 to fund the budget before refilling the accounts in the years after.
It does go low, but it quickly builds back to a very strong point due to the revenue that we're assuming.
State Treasurer Mike Pelliciotti has warned against using up state reserve funding, saying it could have a negative impact on Washington's credit rating and the state's ability to respond to economic challenges on the horizon.
We are dealing with incredible uncertainty now as the state of Washington, both with the federal government, wildfires, and other threats that might come our way, and just economic volatility. It is absolutely critical that the state not drain its rainy day fund. To do so would be very dangerous toward the future financial health of our state.
In the House, Democratic budget leaders did not touch state reserves. While they also proposed new revenue sources and have similar amounts of spending and reductions, the House proposal has slight differences from the Senate in how they're bringing in that revenue and what they're cutting. For example, they're not telling state employees to take mandatory furloughs.
We cannot balance the budget on their backs. Everything we have fought to maintain is supported by their work, and we continue to rely on their good work and want to honor that work.
The governor's office says they're in the process of reviewing the budget proposals. Governor Ferguson previously made it clear he wanted cuts first and new taxes as a last resort. Both House and Senate Democrats say they worked off his suggested spending reductions, but budget cuts alone won't work.
The impacts would just be too deep and too catastrophic for our communities and our kids. So we think this takes a balanced approach, and we really look forward to the conversation over the next many weeks.
In Olympia, I'm Albert James reporting.
5:05 and taking you to Pasco now, where the city is partnering with Burnham RNG to help complement the city's food processors services. So the city of Pasco says it is in an agreement with the company for the next 30 years. This would allow the company to operate a treatment facility that cleans the water that is received at Pasco's PWRF facility to generate gas, along with 2 byproducts that have value associated with them.
A utility that is only paid by those that use that utility, in this case, is directly associated with those food processors. So they are the ratepayers for the utility. At the same time, we are generating resources that are scarce, such as gas, that goes back to the community as something that can be locally sourced by Cascade, and then therefore, being able to serve more residents.
So the facility is fully operational, and the food processor is set to be a strong industry for the city of Pasco. It will be able to serve as job opportunities for a lot of Pasco residents and people regionally as well.
Now more out of Pasco, the Martin Luther King Jr. Community Center is making progress on its much-awaited expansion and renovation project. Now this is just phase 1 of 3, and each one will bring something new to the community. Our Monique Ledesma has a behind-the-scenes look at the groundbreaking.
As of this month, the MLK Center got the green light to start phase 1 of 3 phases to complete the renovation project. Irving Brown, the chapter president for the NAACP of Tri-Cities Chapter 1135B, says he is looking forward to seeing all the movement that is ahead for the center.
I think it looks very fair and progressive based on dollars and different conversations that has to happen. I think it's very fair, but the fact that it's on the way and the phases have been set and the draft of what the final product is going to look like is very hopeful.
Brown says phase 1 is about building the bones to the center.
Behind me, the construction, so it's all, to me, is about the foundation work that's going to be set, and then we'll start building up and then out.
Phase 1 will bring the northwest side of the building up to code, which houses classrooms, a community room, and offices. Brown says with effective communication, they were able to sustain funding for the center.
Because of great communication and the work of the city staff, we didn't lose any funding. We didn't have a concern with expiration dates as conversations were happening with contractors and such. We are moving right along, and I'll say it this way, our account for this project is looking pretty good.
Brown says by setting up the strong bones for the center, it will be able to serve as the heart for those in the community.
It really fits in a good box as far as community. I have to keep going back to that because it's needed here. And also, it helps them identify with their community and who they are. So this is a very important project.
Brown says for anyone looking to make an impact or change in their community, to talk with your local city officials.
Have respectable conversations about your plan or your desire for something innovative in your community that's going to be beneficial not only now, 25, 30 years from now, that's going to make a difference. So I say don't stop. Don't give up. Continue to respectful conversations, and you'll see things change.
If everything goes smoothly, phase 1 is set to be completed in October. Reporting in Pasco, Monique Ledesma for Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Monique. And while phase 1 is set to be completed this fall, Brown says the whole project is tentatively set to be done sometime in 2026. And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, the Trump administration facing backlash this morning after a reporter reveals he was accidentally included in a group chat discussing war plans with top Trump officials. We have that story in just a few minutes.
And giving you that live look outside this morning, this one courtesy of our Bi-Mart camera in Yakima. When we come back after the break, we are going to check in with Tiffany. She's in for Josh, and she'll have your first alert forecast. We're back right after this. It's 5:09.
just minutes or hours. It's the moments spent where and with the people who make home feel like home. That's why our newly expanded service department is here and open 7 days a week to get you in, out, and on your way. Any make, any model, same day. Get express service, same day at McCurley Chevrolet.
Dust off those dancing shoes and grab your partner. Active for Life presents Community Dance, Friday, April 4th at the Hapo Center in Pasco. Here's an event you won't want to miss. There'll be dinner, dancing, casino-like games, and more. All this fun and excitement for just $30. It'll be a night to remember. Get your tickets now at the following locations. Proceeds for this wonderful event go to benefit the Walk to End Alzheimer's. It's the Community Dance, Dancing Through the Decades, Friday, April 4th from 5 to 9. Sponsored by these fine sponsors.
The best deals of the year are going on now at Overturf Kia with a huge selection to choose from. Looking for a multi-purpose vehicle that comes in both gas and gas-electric hybrid? There's room for everyone in a new 2025 Kia Carnival, starting at just $38,990. Plus, get 5.49% interest for up to 72 months. Overturf Kia at the base of the Blue Bridge in Kennewick.
Come discover our hand-picked collections at D-Lynn's Boutique. Whether you're shopping for a cozy weekend getaway or a special night out, D-Lynn's Boutique has everything you need to shine this winter. Visit us in-store or online and let us help you wrap the season in style.
And now a joke from Yolk's Fresh Market. What's a basketball player's favorite cheese? Swiss.
It is Operation Best Friend every Wednesday as we feature lovable pets from area shelters all looking for their forever homes. Operation Best Friend from Christine Connolly, As You Wish Real Estate Services, and the Manthai Group Cross Country Mortgage.
It should have been the happiest time of her life.
We finally picked out her dress.
Just days before her wedding.
Did she feel safe?
I think she felt really safe. Unfortunately, she wasn't.
Bad Romance premieres tonight on ABC.
Can the Kraken ice Calgary? Tonight at 5:30, Apple Valley News Now. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Tiffany Savona.
Good morning and welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. It is a bit cooler outside this morning. If you haven't been outside yet, remember yesterday morning we were in the 50s and even 60s to start off your Monday. Well, this morning we're dealing with a lot of 40s out there. We're at 49 in the Tri-Cities, 48 at Hanford, 49 down toward Hermiston and Pendleton, 44 in Sunnyside, and 44 degrees in Yakima. Now the winds have finally died down. It was a breezy day yesterday, but overnight the winds have really come down in speed. Right now they're out of the north, anywhere between 5 and about 10 miles per hour, and the winds will stay light all day today. And there's nothing to really track on First Alert radar. That's because we're going to stay dry today, and today will be the nicest day out of the next 7, as temperatures will be climbing into the middle 70s. Ignore that text up there. We'll see mostly sunny skies and it will be warm, and some of us will be close to record levels. We'll talk more about that as we head into this in the next 10 to 15 minutes or so. Temperatures will be dropping into the upper 40s to around 50 degrees tomorrow, and then as we tear tonight, I should say, and then by tomorrow we're going to be in the middle 70s once again. But tomorrow we have made a First Alert weather day. That's because the potential for thunderstorms arrives during the late afternoon, early evening hours, and depending on the timing, some of those could be strong to severe. So let's start your Futurecast off around noon tomorrow. There's nothing going on for much of the day, but notice as we approach the 4 and 5 o'clock hour, if these storms do develop during this time frame, some of these
could turn severe with heavy rain, lightning, damaging wind gusts, and some hail will be possible. And this could impact your evening commute tomorrow. So heads up for that. And then a couple more thunderstorms will be possible tomorrow night. Any severe threat will be diminishing overnight. And then we could see some lingering showers as we head into your Thursday morning. So late day storms possible tomorrow. And again, tomorrow, a first alert weather day for the entire region. And then we cool things back down. The pattern turns more unsettled. So we're back down into the 60s where we should be for this time of year as we round out the week and head into the weekend. Walla Walla and Hermiston, your best days today. Tomorrow's not bad because those storms don't start developing until, after 3-4 o'clock. And then those storms possible as we head into Wednesday night, coming to an end during the day on Thursday. And then we could have some lingering showers on Friday. Back to you.
Tiffany, thanks so much. 5:15 in your national headlines this morning. We are hearing of some new backlash against the Trump administration's national security team after several top officials accidentally included a journalist in a group chat discussing war plans. Now, Democrats and some Republicans are calling for an investigation as some are trying to brush it off as a mistake that won't happen again. ABC's Christiane Cordero has the details.
It's one of the most bizarre and potentially consequential national security lapses to reach the public forum. Top Trump administration officials, including National Security Advisor Mike Waltz, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, Vice President J.D. Vance, and Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard, laid out plans about the U.S.'s attack on the Houthis in Yemen before putting it into action. The chat over the unauthorized encrypted messaging app Signal accidentally invited in on the conversation editor-in-chief of The Atlantic, Jeffrey Goldberg.
At 11:44 a.m., I receive a text in this chain from someone who claims to be Pete Hegseth, who provides what I can only call a war plan. I sort of wait with my phone to see if this is a real thing. Sure enough, around 1:50 Eastern time, I see that Yemen is under attack.
The White House confirmed the messages Goldberg reported were authentic. Hegseth then went after and dismissed the reporting itself.
Nobody was texting war plans, and that's all I have to say about that.
Goldberg withheld some screenshots in his reporting, saying they could further risk national security. He said Hegseth shared operational details of forthcoming strikes, weapons deploying, and attack sequencing. After the March 15th missile strikes, Goldberg says officials celebrated in the group chat using emojis. Members of Congress divided over the breach's impact.
This is gross negligence on steroids. Do they realize that Russia and China have targeted Signal to try to break in?
Somebody made a mistake. And it happens. I think most Americans understand that.
Former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, whose use of a private server for classified emails became a major issue during her presidential campaign, responded by writing, quote, "You have got to be kidding me."
All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest at 5:17. When we come back, we will check in with Tiffany. She will let us know what we can expect in our forecast coming up and possible to see some more temperatures in the 70s. She'll let us know when we come back.
It only happens once a year. The McCurley dealership spring cleaning event is here at McCurley Honda. And this March, your trade is worth more than ever. Right now, we're giving you an extra $500 off any vehicle purchase when you trade in a vehicle, plus special event savings on every new and pre-owned vehicle. And with exclusive low-rate financing, driving home a new ride has never been easier. Get to McCurley Honda today, where your trade is worth more this March.
And the princess never felt the pee as the summit made for a perfect night's sleep.
What was it like before Never Mattress?
30 years ago, getting a mattress was pretty scary. Middlemen hawked spring-filled slabs, hardly fit for a dog, at prices like you wouldn't believe. And you'd barely sleep, what with bad foam and even worse support. But then, Denver Mattress came to town. They promised a better night's sleep, and they delivered. And it still holds true to this day. Denver Mattress. After 30 years, still the easiest way to get the right mattress.
Ever feel like something's missing? Like there's a hole in your morning routine? Well, we've got just the thing. At Some Bagels, we make more than fresh bagels. We make a variety of baked goods to fill your day with everything you've been missing. Have your favorite coffee drink with our in-house roasted espresso beans. And enjoy your bagel with our flavored cream cheeses. Because at Some Bagels, the only thing better than the hole in the middle is everything around it. I want some, you want some, we want some, gimme Some Bagels.
In 1997, my father-in-law, John Ramsey, started this business. We took it from 2.5 acres. Now we're 22 acres.
What separates us is you're not just a number when you walk in the door.
Professional, on time. They answer all my questions.
If you're looking for a high-quality trailer at the right price, this is the place.
It feels like a home away from home.
I can guarantee when you buy an RV from us, you are part of the Broadmoor family.
At Broadmoor RV, we make camping fun!
The Working Families Tax Credit isn't just for families. Individuals and couples can apply too. See if you or your family are eligible for this tax refund at workingfamiliescredit.wad.gov/eligibility.
Colon cancer usually develops over time without symptoms. Screening is the best way to find it early. See AppleValleyNewsNow.com for more.
Prosser Digestive Health Center reminds us that colon cancer screening saves lives. This is how we care. The 3-Degree Guarantee, sponsored by Legends Casino Hotel.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Tiffany Savona.
Good morning. It is 5:21 and we are taking a live look out of our Legends Casino Hotel Skycam of Columbia Point in Richland. You notice this morning the camera isn't shaking. That's because the winds have really died down. I know it has been a windy couple of days for us, but we'll finally get a break from the wind, and today is looking like a picture perfect day. So if you have some time to get outside, maybe during your lunch break, maybe take the kids to the park after school, I think you're really going to enjoy it. It is a bit cooler this morning compared to this time yesterday morning because those winds died down and we had a clear sky overnight. 49 right now in Tri-Cities, 49 in Hermiston. We're 55 in Walla Walla, a little bit milder there, but still jacket weather. 42 Sunnyside and 44 degrees in Yakima. Those wind speeds really coming down since yesterday, anywhere between 3 and about 8 miles per hour, and those winds will stay on the light side all day today. Now, this afternoon, we're looking at highs in the middle 70s area-wide. Like I mentioned, beautiful day, lots of sunshine, light winds. And I told you yesterday we would probably stay below record levels in most locations, but some of our spots could get close. So Tri-Cities, we don't have to worry about breaking that record of 82. Same story in Yakima, records 80 degrees. We're forecasting 74, but Walla Walla could get up to 76. The record high in Walla Walla, 78. So we'll probably end up staying below that, but it'll be a little bit closer. And then Hermiston, it'll be a close call, forecasting 76, the record to beat 77. If you remember, 1960 was a warm month, so some of you may remember that. Tonight, partly cloudy, temperatures dropping into the upper 40s to around 50 degrees, so a quiet night once again. And tomorrow, now a first alert weather day. Not for the temperatures. It's going to be beautiful most of the day. You'll have time to get outside, maybe you get your workout in the early afternoon. Highs in the mid to even upper 70s across portions of northeastern Oregon. But we have a chance for late day thunderstorms. And if these storms develop during the late afternoon, early evening, there's potential for them to turn severe. Yesterday, it looked like the storms would hold off until tomorrow night, but they could come in a little bit earlier now. So our latest computer model showing these storms firing up anytime after 4 and 5 o'clock. And you could see the cluster of these thunderstorms. If these storms develop at this time, they could be strong to severe with damaging wind gusts, hail, and heavy rain as the main threats. And it looks like those thunderstorms could continue into Wednesday night. Any severe threat, I should say, will diminish overnight. And then we just have some lingering showers making their way through the region as we head into your Thursday morning. So tomorrow, a first alert weather day for the potential for a few severe storms out there. But most of your Wednesday looking nice nice too, 70s, and then it's back to reality. We're back in the 60s by Thursday with showers possible, and then upper 50s, lower 60s heading into next weekend, so closer to average. Enjoy the 70s while we have it, because it's not going to last. Tomorrow's our last day before those thunderstorms move in tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, and then turning cooler and more unsettled as we round out the work week.
I met a cute poodle outside. She said everyone's talking about you and how you work for free.
When you're injured and have the heavy hitter on your team, we win or it's free. Hello? That cute poodle you were talking to wants to have a play date.
Let's go.
Call 853-2222. Seattle-born stand-up comedian and impressionist Adam Ray, live at Legends Casino, Friday, July 11th. Known best for his Netflix special, Adam Ray is Dr. Phil Unleashed, as well as his popular YouTube channel.
If you don't know what Citizens App is, it's an app you can put on your phone that notifies you of all the danger that's lurking. That sounds like fun. Yeah, there's a lot of people cooking for Cocoa Puffs right outside your door.
Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com and Legends Gift Shop. Don't miss Adam Ray, live on July 11th at Legends Casino in Toppenish.
At US Cellular, you don't have to choose between a great deal on the phone you want and the phone plan that's right for you.
You can get both. 4 free phones of your choice and 4 lines for just $90.
Wow, kids, that's like us not having to choose between tickets to wrestling or that puppet musical.
We want a great phone and a great plan too, don't we, little guy?
Get both. 4 free phones of your choice plus 4 lines for $90. No trade-in needed. US Cellular, built for us.
Attention former Hanford workers and contractors. You deserve the benefits and care you've earned. You may qualify for benefits including life-changing in-home health care. Join United Energy Workers Healthcare for a free Atomic Family Reunion at the Three Rivers Convention Center in Kennewick on Friday, April 11th. Reconnect, enjoy great food, and learn about exclusive benefits to help you live longer, better, and independently at home. RSVP by calling 509-286-2661 or visit uewhealth.com.
Ready to make beautiful music? It's time for the Trade Up event at Dickerson's Tri-City Pianos. Trade in your current piano and upgrade to the instrument of your dreams. Whether it's a breathtaking grand or a state-of-the-art digital model, we'll help freshen up your music. With expert guidance and flexible financing, your dream piano is closer than you think. Start your musical journey today at DickersonsTriCityPianos.com and come visit our store in Richland.
I met a cute poodle outside. She said everyone's talking about you and how you work for free.
When you're injured and have the heavy hitter on your team, we win or it's free. Hello? That cute poodle you were talking to wants to have a play date.
Let's go.
Call 853-2222.
Apple Valley News Now investigates critical condition, the nursing shortage, Wednesday.
It is 5:27. Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In your entertainment headlines this morning, we're learning that the K-pop band New Jeans, that's their name, New Jeans.
New Jeans.
New Jeans. They're taking a break for all of you New Jeans fans.
Oh, so after performing a sold-out show in Hong Kong on Sunday, the group announced that it's taking a break, and the hiatus comes shortly after a South Korean court ruled against the group's attempt to break from its record label called Adore.
So the members claim its contract with Adore should be voided due to allegations of workplace harassment and manipulation. They also want to rebrand themselves as NJZ.
And New Jeans was really just growing on me.
I know.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it stands for. Is that what it stands for?
I think so, like
New
jeans. Well, according to court documents, a name change and a break with the label could cause major damage to the label's reputation, and Adore has refuted the allegations and says the contract with the band remains valid.
So New Jeans is one of South Korea's biggest pop bands who also topped the U.S. Billboard charts with their songs Super Shy. I've never felt more out of the know than talking about New Jeans.
I think we've probably heard one of their songs. We just don't know what it is.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to check them out later.
I'm going to pull New Jeans up on my iPad.
I wish I could, find New Jeans easily.
I need some New Jeans.
Yeah, me too. Well, now to another musician. Lizzo is once again trying her hand at acting.
So the singer and rapper has landed her first feature film role since her movie debut in the 2019 film Hustlers. Lizzo.
Great movie.
Yes, I know. Lizzo will play Sister Rosetta Tharpe in a new biopic called Rosetta.
And Tharpe was an American gospel singer who gained popularity in the 1930s, and she's often called the godmother of rock and roll.
Amazon MGM Studios will release the movie. Lizzo posting on social media that she is excited and honored to play the role. And congratulations.
With such a good voice, she has to do something that she's singing in, so I'm happy.
Oh,
you know?
100%. Yeah,
she can't just waste.
She can't just have some sort of speaking role.
Yeah.
No, she has to sing and maybe play the flute.
The flute? Does she play the flute?
Lizzo plays the flute.
Oh, I didn't know that. You learn something new every day.
Look at that.
Especially with Jade.
Oh, I sure try. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. We do have an update for you on the Yakima County's public defender shortage. The county saying it's made some progress on hiring.
We have that story in your next half hour, but first we're going to check out your Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, the future of TikTok in the U.S. 3 Democratic senators are calling on President Trump to seek authority from Congress to extend the April 5th deadline for the sale of TikTok's U.S. operations. The president has said he'll probably extend the deadline unilaterally for a second time. Facebook and Instagram owner Meta is considering paid subscriptions in the UK. The move would remove advertisements from the platforms. Paid users would also be able to prevent their data from being tracked. There is no indication ad-free subscriptions will roll out here in the U.S. Finally, looks aren't everything on those Zoom meetings. How you sound also makes a big difference. A new study says high-quality audio in online meetings can make you seem more convincing. And if your microphone is not up to par, you can appear less appealing. Those are your Tech Bites. I'm Rhiannon Alley. Have a great day.
Got one more, Antoine.
With USPS Ground Advantage, it's like you're with us every step of the way.
Right on time.
Stay in the know from your dock to their door.
Did you know taking Zysol at night relieves allergies while you sleep? So you wake refreshed for a more productive day. Get 24-hour continuous relief that does not fade. Be wise all, take Zysol at night.
Still searching for the one? Olay Super Cream with SPF. The power of 5 in 1 super cream. To hydrate smooth, brighten firm, and protect. Skin just drinks it in to boost cells for more resilient skin. It's Super Cream. Only Olay.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good Tuesday morning. Thanks so much for waking up with us and joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jade Elliott.
I'm Jessica Jalal, and we are kind of dressed like the sky because we're wanting those 70-degree temperatures. It's been windy the past few days, but then yesterday we got some
I stepped outside yesterday afternoon and I thought, finally. We have arrived.
The angels were singing.
Yes, and today's supposed to be even better is what I'm hearing from Tiffany.
Let's check in with her. Hey, Tiffany. How's it looking out there?
Good morning, ladies. Yes, today will be the best day of the week and the warmest day we've seen so far this year. We're talking about 70s. Many of us topped out in the upper 60s yesterday. Some of us were in the lower 70s, but I think all of us will be in the 70s today. So right now we're in the 40s, so not warm just yet. A little bit on the chilly side, cooler than where we started off yesterday morning. Remember, yesterday we were in the 50s and 60s. Well, now we're down to 49 in Tri-Cities and Hermiston. Same for Pendleton. We're down to 55 in Walla Walla, 42 in Sunnyside, and 44 degrees in Yakima. So you'll definitely need the layers this morning or the jacket, but you certainly won't need it this afternoon. Winds will be on the light side, not only this morning, but all day long. And look at these temperatures. We're talking about starting off in the 40s, around lunchtime, middle 60s, and then middle 70s for highs today. Yakima, Tri-Cities, Hermiston, and Walla Walla. So a beautiful Tuesday expected. Make those outdoor plans now. We have one more warm day, and then we're tracking some changes in the form of thunderstorms and some cooler weather. And we'll let you know when of those storms could turn severe and when a first alert weather day has been issued. That's all coming up in a little bit. Ladies, back to you.
Thank you, Tiffany. Now we start this half hour off with the follow-up on Yakima County's public defender shortage. So last year, the ACLU sued Yakima County over the shortage on behalf of defendants who say their lack of access to an attorney violated their civil rights.
Yeah, that lawsuit's still ongoing, but we are learning that the county is making some progress when it comes to filling these vacancies. Our Emily Goodell has more.
County officials say they're getting closer to being fully staffed with the positions that they have budgeted, but they could need even more, depending on whether the state Supreme Court decides to adjust caseload standards. The county budgets for 20 in-house public defenders. Early last year, they got down to just 13, but now they're back up to 16.
We've kind of hovered around there or less than that in the last few years, and that's kind of what's driven the capacity problems that we've seen in the last few years.
4 positions still vacant, but they've contracted with more outside attorneys.
We were able to increase our contract compensation, and that attracted at least 3 FTEs.
Plus 2 former interns starting as full-time attorneys this fall, and 4 new interns coming this summer, including one paid for by the Washington State Office of Public Defense.
Right now, they're hiring people to place in rural offices, including Yakima.
However, they could need even more attorneys and more funding to pay those salaries if the state Supreme Court agrees to decrease the amount of felony cases public defenders are allowed to handle each year. But no decision has been made so far.
I'm really frustrated by that. Just say no. Or say do it, and then we can forecast. But at this point, it's leaving a lot of people like me and others around the state guessing.
No changes have been made, and there's no timeline so far about when the Washington Supreme Court might be making that decision. Reporting from the Yakima Newsroom, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
Emily, thanks for that update. 5:35 now, and more news out of Yakima, where tasers are, of course, an important, less lethal option for police officers to use when they're in critical situations. And now the Yakima Police Department is getting some new ones. City Council agreeing to spend just over $1 million for the next 5 years on the new tasers for the department. They'll also be getting virtual reality headsets, which will train the officers on how to use them. Now, a handful of community members, though, are raising some concern over this, saying that the amount of live taser cartridges per year, which is about $1,700 or $1,700, is too costly. They argue that the money could be spent better in other places.
I think we should use this money for crisis outreach professionals because they're successful at de-escalation and can better respond to the needs of the community.
Just in case.
The Yakima City Council voted 6-1 to approve the contract, but it can be canceled anytime. They'll be getting 85 tasers to replace the old models that are no longer made, and the cost this year is estimated to be about $105,000 out of the YPD capital budget.
Now to a major milestone for the Three Rivers Convention Center. It has been reached after years of planning, and they finally broke ground on a long-awaited expansion. So the project will add a 60,000 square foot exhibit hall, 5,000 square feet of meeting space, an expanded lobby, and also a brand new kitchen. Officials say it's expected to attract more events, especially in the growing sports industry. A public-private partnership with A1 Pearl helped make this expansion possible.
We got to break ground, and I mean, as you've heard, so many pieces had to come together to make this happen, and they all did, and I think the result is going to be amazing.
Now, this is just phase 1 of the expansion, which is funded through a bond from the Kennewick Public Facilities District with support from the city without adding new taxes, and construction is set to be completed in the fall of 2026.
The Kraken Game of the Week, sponsored by Yakima Federal.
Seattle Kraken put up a serious fight in Edmonton against the Oilers on Saturday night, but they did come up just short in a 5-4 loss. It was a tough back-and-forth battle from start to finish.
That's right. Seattle's offense showed up with goals in every period and a power play that went 2 for 4, making this game your Kraken Game of the Week. Here's our Dan Hansen with more.
Capo Caco led the charge with 2 goals, one of them a breakaway finish after forcing a turnover at the blue line. Jaden Schwartz added one late in the third to pull Seattle back within a goal. And for a moment, it looked like overtime was within reach. Seattle's puck movement looked sharp all night. The line of Schwartz, Wright, and Eberle created some great chances early, and the team stayed aggressive all the way through. Even without the result they wanted, the Kraken showed a ton of fight and kept the game close from start to finish. A good sign as they hit the road for Calgary on Tuesday. Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
And tonight, the Seattle Kraken welcome the always tough Calgary Flames to the deep. Pre-game starts at 5:30 right after the 5 p.m. newscast. Puck drops at 6. And because of the game, we will only have our 5 o'clock newscast tonight. And you can watch that game right here.
And coming up next, great news for Dust Devils fans as players will soon be returning to Giesa Stadium. And when they do, they'll be stepping into an upgraded ballpark. Coming up, we have what exactly those changes are, so stay with us.
Can the Kraken ice Calgary? Tonight at 5:30, Apple Valley News Now.
Visit your Yakima and Tri-Cities Cadillac dealer today.
Looking for a new appliance but don't want to wait weeks for delivery? At Fred's Appliance, our Get It Today inventory makes sure you don't have to. Thanks to our fully stocked warehouses, we have a vast selection of appliances ready for you right now. From refrigerators to washing machines, ovens to dryers, you name it, we have it ready to go. No more waiting, no more delays. Just the appliance you need when you need it. Fred's Appliance. If we advertise it, we've got it. Visit any of our showrooms and get your new appliance today.
I'm a real wild one. Once in a while, we all want to go wild. We just need a little help. Meet a little help. The 2024 Ford Bronco Sport Wild Edition goes over any terrain, so you can go all out. Get a wild deal on a Bronco Sport today. Lease a 24 Bronco Sport 4x4 Wild Edition for just $299 a month for 36 months. Only at your local Ford dealer.
It's Markdown Madness now at Mattress Depot USA.
Get slam dunk savings on premium mattress sets.
Like $99 for each piece on any size mattress.
Or $5.99 for a king-size Sealy plush mattress.
Even a queen-size Sealy plush mattress for $3.99.
Beat the buzzer. With crazy prices like this, they won't last long.
Get here before Markdown Madness ends March 31st.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
Do it all with STIHL battery. Double your runtime. Get a free extra battery with select STIHL tools. Shop in-store and online. After 37 years.
It's now or never.
It's now. The final chapter begins with big guests and bigger surprises.
He's just a friend. If you want people to believe anything you say, don't start by saying you have a friend.
It should have been the happiest time of her life.
We finally picked out her dress.
Just days before her wedding.
Did she feel safe?
I think she felt really safe. Unfortunately, she wasn't.
Bad Romance premieres tonight on ABC.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Tiffany Savona.
It is 5:42 on your Tuesday, and as you're getting ready to head off to work, you'll definitely need that jacket or that sweatshirt with temperatures in the 40s this morning. But then you can open the windows, make sure you grab the sunglasses before heading out because temperatures will be climbing into the middle 70s. For the Tri-Cities, this will likely be our warmest day of the year so far. So no problems weather-wise as far as your morning or evening commute. And here's why we're seeing this warm weather, I should say. We have a ridge of high pressure which is pushing that jet stream up to the north, allowing that heat to really build in. Temperatures well above average for this area in red. And then the area in pink, that's where record highs will be in jeopardy today. And that does include places like Walla Walla and Hermiston. We will be pretty close, within a degree or two, so it'll be a close call later on this afternoon, but records will likely remain safe in the Tri-Cities and in the Yakima Valley. Tomorrow, now a first alert weather day. Most of the day is going to be warm and dry. However, later in the afternoon, we're talking about after 4 and 5 o'clock, that's when thunderstorms could develop, and the Storm Prediction Center putting us in a level 1 out of 5 risk. This is a marginal risk for a few severe thunderstorms. We're not expecting an outbreak or anything like that, but if these storms develop tomorrow, there could be some strong to severe thunderstorms in there with damaging wind gusts, hail, and heavy rain as the main threats. So we'll actually walk you through the timing tomorrow hour by hour, and we'll let you know when those temperatures drop back down to reality coming up in a little bit. Ladies, back to you.
Tiffany, thanks so much. 5:44, and check this out. Some great news for Dust Devil fans. Spring training is coming to an end, which means those players will soon be coming home to Giesa Stadium. And when they do, they'll be stepping into an upgraded ballpark. Apple Valley News Now's Dan Hansen visited the Giesa Stadium and shows us what those changes are.
As the Tri-City Dust Devils get ready to start the season, fans will notice some exciting new changes as the players take the field with upgraded facilities for both player and fan experiences. One of the biggest changes, a new outfield wall moved in 15 feet on the foul lines. Dust Devils general manager Darrell Ebert says the decision came after discussions with the team's major league affiliate, the Los Angeles Angels, with hopes of bringing more home run excitement.
We discussed it and talked about moving the wall in, and they agreed and were pro that decision, so we wanted to make that happen and also be able to give our fans a little more excitement.
Other noticeable upgrades include new foul poles, fresh warning track dirt, improved lighting, and the removal of those obstructive speaker poles behind home plate. Plus, new netting now wraps around the field for an added fan safety, something Ebert says was much needed. And the upgrades don't just stop at the field. New ownership means fresh, exciting promotions, including a first for the Tri-Cities.
And the biggest one for me is what I believe to be the very first in the Tri-Cities drone show after a game. So we're going to have, just like you've seen maybe on America's Got Talent or one of those shows, it'll be a full-on 10 to 15-minute drone show following a game.
Ebert says the entire organization works hard to create a top-tier experience for fans.
We have an amazing staff that pulls this off every year. And a lot of times we're all thinking to ourselves, how did we do that? But sure enough, it comes together, and we'll see again on April 4th on opening night. We'll be ready.
Players are expected to arrive later this week to prepare for opening night against the Vancouver Canadians. Tickets are already on sale. As far as more upgrades to the stadium, the Dust Devils say more are on the way. Reporting from Giesa Stadium in Pasco, Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
All right, 5:46 still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. We have your morning sprint and everything you need to know as you head out the door this morning. And taking you outside, courtesy of our Bi-Mark camera this morning in Yakima, giving you that live look over the Yakima Valley. Tiffany is in for Josh, and she'll be back with your full First Alert forecast after the break.
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Hi, I'm Rowdy with Total Energy Management. For 40 years, we've been keeping the Tri-Cities comfortable with top-notch heating and air conditioning services. We take pride in delivering exceptional service and unbeatable deals. Right now, you can save big with up to $4,900 in rebates and tax credits on a new Carrier heating and cooling system. So turn to the experts at Total Energy Management to ensure your house is the perfect temperature year-round. Visit TEMINC.com or call 946-4500 to learn more.
Hi, I'm Debbie Robertson. March is here, and that means one thing. It's time for the Nissan Now sales event at Bill Robertson Nissan. But don't wait too long. When March ends, these deals are gone.
And you don't have to wait for the best deals of the year at Bill Robertson Nissan. Drive home today in a new 2025 Nissan Rogue S all-wheel drive for just $395 a month on a 36-month lease. Or lease a new 2025 Nissan Sentra SV for only $299 a month for 36 months.
Come see us today at Bill and Debbie Robertson Nissan.
In 1997, my father-in-law John Ramsey started this business. We took it from 2.5 acres. Now we're 22 acres.
What separates us is you're not just a number when you walk in the door.
Professional, on time. They answer all my questions.
If you're looking for a high-quality trailer at the right price, this is the place.
It feels like a home away from home.
I can guarantee when you buy an RV from us, you are part of the Broadmoor family.
At Broadmoor RV,
we make camping fun! Win or save on Lucky Number Tuesday at Buy Mart. This week you can win great prizes from Crock-Pot, Skill, and more. Plus you can buy them with Tuesday-only pricing. Win or save on Lucky Number Tuesday only at Buy Mart since 1955.
It is Operation Best Friend every Wednesday as we feature lovable pets from area shelters all looking for their forever homes. Operation Best Friend from Christine Connolly, As You Wish Real Estate Services, and the Manthai Group Cross Country Mortgage.
Judy Justice, today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Tiffany Savona.
Good morning and welcome back. As we start off your Tuesday, it is a bit colder, or cooler, I should say, compared to where we were at this time yesterday. Temperatures running anywhere from about 5 to about 16 degrees cooler than we were just 24 hours ago. And that puts us in the 40s and 50s. But remember, yesterday we were close to 60 in many spots. So you will definitely need that jacket as you're stepping out early this morning. It's 49 in the Tri-Cities, 49 at Hanford and Connell, 42 Sunnyside, 55 in Walla Walla. That's the outlier there, a little bit milder, 49 in Dayton, and we're down to 49 in Pendleton and in Hermiston. The winds have finally come down in speed. It has been a windy couple of days. I know a lot of you are tired of it. Well, today is going to be fantastic because we're not going to have to deal with the wind and we will see plenty of sunshine unlike yesterday. Highs look to climb into the middle 70s. Many of us should stay below records. It'll be close though in Hermiston and Walla Walla with those records in those upper 70s, but we should climb to 75 in the Tri-Cities, 76 Walla Walla, 74 in Prosser, and 74 degrees in Yakima. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy. Temperatures drop into the upper 40s to around 50 degrees, so still mild for this time of year. And then tomorrow, we're going to do it all over again. We will see the clouds build during the afternoon hours, highs in the middle 70s, and then tomorrow, there will be a chance for late day thunderstorms. It's looking more like after 4 and 5 o'clock. So let's start our futurecast during the afternoon hours because there's nothing to show you in the morning. So during the afternoon, watch the clouds bubble up and those thunderstorms will be possible anytime after 4 and 5 o'clock. Yesterday, it didn't look like the storms would develop until after sunset. So it looks like there will be a chance for strong to isolated severe storms tomorrow. Not looking like an outbreak or anything like that. But if these storms do turn severe, we could see some brief heavy rain, damaging wind gusts, and hail with some of these. And then those storms will continue on a scattered basis Wednesday night, and then just a couple of lingering showers during the day on Thursday. But it will be turning colder behind our next cold front. The Storm Prediction Center highlighting the entire region, most of the state of Washington and Oregon, actually, in a marginal risk. This is level 1 out of 5. So this is the lowest level of the severe scale. But again, it is a possibility. So we want you to be aware of that and say weather aware tomorrow, that is. Today, looking picture perfect if you want to get outside, take the kids outside. And then tomorrow, most of the day looking nice. Again, those storms possible after 4 and 5 o'clock. And then temperatures drop back closer to average as we'll end up in the 60s with an unsettled weather pattern by the end of the week. Walla Walla and Hermiston, middle 70s today. Enjoy it. Middle 70s tomorrow with storms developing late in the day and then transitioning to just some scattered rain showers on Thursday and possibly Friday. Ladies?
Now, the morning sprint.
5:53, time for your morning sprint and the top 5 local things you need to know this morning. Right now, we're working to find out more information about a possible shooting in Richland. Details limited. Here's what we know so far. Take a look. Video from the scene. Reports of a possible shooting came in near the Columbia Park Apartments in the 1600 block of Jadwin Avenue on Saturday night just after 7 p.m. This video sent to us by Apple Valley News Now viewer. You can see multiple agencies responded to the scene. We are working to get more information from police on if anyone was injured or taken into custody.
Yakima County is still being sued by the ACLU over its public defender shortage, but officials say they're now down to just 4 vacancies. They also have plans to add more interns this summer and fall. However, if the state Supreme Court agrees to decrease the amount of felony cases that public defenders can handle each year, they could need even more funding and attorneys. There's still no deadline set or established timeline for the Washington Supreme Court to make that decision.
Yakima Police Department's getting new tasers and training tools after an agreement with City Council. The city voted to approve a contract. It'll spend over $1 million for the next 5 years on 85 tasers, which will replace the older models. Not everyone's on board, though. A handful of community members say that this money could be better spent in other areas of the community.
The Martin Luther King Jr. Community Center is making progress on its renovations as they start phase 1 of the project. They had a groundbreaking ceremony, and according to Irving Brown, the chapter president for the NAACP, phase 1 is set to be completed this fall, and the whole project is tentatively set to be done in 2026.
In your sports news this morning, Seattle Kraken welcoming the always tough Calgary Flames to the D. Pregame starts at 5:30. Puck drops at 6, and you can catch that right here on Apple Valley News Now. So because of the game, our only early evening newscast will be tonight at 5. Also note that because of this live game, ABC's Will Trent, usually seen at 8 tonight, will be seen this Sunday afternoon at 4:30. Little programming note for you.
Now to your national headlines. Big changes could be coming to Social Security as the acting SSA commissioner says the White House is pushing rapid-fire changes. The changes generally take 2 years, but the Trump administration wants them done in 2 weeks. As of now, no changes to actual benefits have been announced.
Well, Postmaster General Louis DeJoy has resigned. DeJoy has served since 2020. USPS says under his leadership, it began modernizing and gaining financial stability or sustainability. His tenure was also fraught with delivery delays and financial losses. Now, his departure comes amid some scrutiny from the Trump administration. Deputy Postmaster General Doug Cellino will lead until the board names a permanent successor. And the world's richest man is about to start a new business venture. Tesla founder Elon Musk is opening a 24-hour diner and drive-in theater in Hollywood. So here's the idea. It's for Tesla drivers to have a spot where they can charge their electric cars and also grab a burger. Musk has reportedly been trying to get some high-profile chefs to provide food at the Tesla diner.
In your health headlines, the White House plans to nominate Dr. Susan Monarez to lead the CDC. She's currently the acting director, and before that, she was deputy director of the Advanced Research Projects Agency for Health. In the past, the CDC director has been appointed to lead the office, but now the nominee will have to be approved by the Senate. And trending this morning, breakfast is the most important meal of the day, and that's especially true today.
Why, you ask? Well, it is International Waffle Day.
Ooh.
Yeah, waffles originated in Sweden in the 1600s. Now, a few hundred years later, the Belgians put their twist on the waffle, making them thicker and with those kind of deeper pockets for your syrup.
Ooh, and that video right there is making me really hungry.
I know.
Well, the waffles,
not this.
Well, this breakfast favorite really hit its stride in the 1950s when Eggo waffles were introduced. Lego my Eggo.
Lego my Eggo. To celebrate the day, dust off your waffle iron. Well, I'll pull out my toaster. Find your
Heat them up in the microwave,
house.
you know, if you're like me.
Yeah. Do you have a waffle preference? Is there a way you like yours normally?
With fried chicken. Chicken and waffle is my brunch go-to.
Yes, that's delicious. Being such a good mom, yes, we pull out the toaster for the waffles often.
That's great. You're doing great.
Jackson right now is into, I don't know where I came up with this, but he has a waffle sandwich. So he has 2 Eggo waffles with a little syrup.
Okay.
And a sausage patty in between.
Okay, that is something. That is a Jackson specialty.
That's a Jackson special. That's what we make for breakfast before school.
I love it.
I do too. It's delicious. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. We are learning more about that fire that sparked at Columbia Park Trail. Burned about 20 acres. Look at that incredible photo sent in to us. We're going to let you know why officials are saying Don't call 911 over the next few days, even if you do see some smoke.
And we've got your entertainment news with your Showbiz Wrap, talking about Lizzo switching gears from singing to acting, and it's all coming up in your 6 o'clock hour.
And giving you that live look outside this morning over the Yakima Valley, courtesy of our Bi-Mart camera there. When we come back, we're going to check in with meteorologist Tiffany Savona. She's going to have your first alert forecast coming up at 6 o'clock.